Welcome to your Money Miracles video for the week of June 23rd. Spent last week in Texas visiting my daughter Morgan, who's getting paid for an internship at a cancer research hospital. How awesome is that? So, an airline upgrade, a free transfer from a 3-star to a 4-star hotel, a complimentary coaching call, a surprise new client, gifted legal advice, a free bike, sponsored Uber rides, a dollar bill just lying on the ground, and a free lunch, a free lunch. And you thought there was no such thing. Yes, these are all examples of money manifestations that have happened in the Money Miracles Mastermind Group and to some of my individual coaching clients just in the last 2 weeks. See, money, prosperity, and abundance can arrive in various ways from unexpected sources. When you start having these things happen to you, you start expecting manifestations, and that is when wealth becomes fun. So, what are you expecting? By the way, expectation is when your belief level is a 10 on a scale where 1 is massive doubt, 10 is absolute faith, and your desire level is a 10, where 1 is meh, and 10 is a burning desire. And let's discuss expectation for a few minutes. A friend of mine recently said to me, "Don't talk to me when we arrive. I'm going to be in a terrible mood." Now, why would you expect a bad scenario before it even happened? Many of us do this because a similar situation has happened in the past and you reacted in the same way. For example, you know you've had little sleep, and when that happens, you've been grumpy in the past. So when that happens again or is about to happen again, you assume grumpy. But why not expect joy? You do know you choose your emotions, no matter how much or how little sleep you get, right? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, here's today's powerful affirmation. Remember, say it out loud with emotion. I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. So let's talk about some past and upcoming events. Thank you to everyone who attended Nicole Borgi's Plot Twist Summit, as well as Nairi Rue's Brilliant Zone Summit. There were some great questions, a lot of participation. Last week, I was interviewed on the Millionaire by Morning podcast hosted by Rashid Thrillkill with a wide-ranging discussion about prosperity and my morning routine. The interview will go live in July, but you can find past episodes in the link below this video. Also, last week, I was interviewed on the Bridges and Beacons podcast hosted by Kelly Meyerson. She asked some really thought-provoking questions. You won't want to miss this one, which will go live next week, and you can find past episodes in the link below the video. I'm really excited that my interview with Jack Tompkins on the Scrappy But Successful podcast is happening on Friday, the 26th. Apparently, this will be the funniest podcast I will ever be on. I'll let you know when it goes live. And next week, I'll be on the Woo Factor podcast by none other than Susie Woo. Can you believe a former hedge fund manager made the cut for this one? I'm really excited that I was accepted to speak at the Illuminate Annapolis, as well as exhibit my books on July 18th. Anyone in Maryland who would want to meet in person, please let me know. I'll also be speaking at the Metaphysical, Holistic, and Mystical Expo in Erie, Pennsylvania on August 15th and 16th. Let me know if you want the details. I was just accepted to speak at the Greater Wellness Holistic Expo in Lebanon, Pennsylvania on September 13th. And I was also just accepted to speak on October 18th at the Passport to Health and Wellness Expo in Bristol, Connecticut. More details to follow. Now, each week I highlight a member of my network. This week it's Robert Kohler. Robert is the owner of Kohler Law. Companies like Meta, Adobe, Spunk, and many private employers have used Kohler Law to lower legal costs by about 50%. All attorneys have 25 to 30 plus years of tech experience. Email him at rkohler@kohler-law.com for a brief meeting or two. Each week, I give you the notes for a book I read that week. It's time for my favorite book, Think and Grow Rich. I read it twice a year. It's the middle of the year. So my written notes are, they're in my weekly email. So go over to solomon.com to get on the weekly email, and the audio notes are also there as well. So thanks for watching. I believe in You.